All right, question number 1. We want to use long division and determine if x plus 7 is a factor of this f of x function. So first thing we want to do is check to make sure we have all of our terms. So starting with the leading term, it is x to the 4th. And we're going to count down one at a time to make sure we have every term. So we have 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 0 x's. So that's what we're looking for. We do have all of our terms, so I'm going to set up the problem from here. So we're going to put the divisor on the outside, which is going to be the x plus 7. And then on the inside, we're going to put the function x to the 4th, the dividend. This is going to be 3x to the 3rd plus x squared plus 3x, and then plus 2039. Okay, so the goal is to do long division. We only focus on the first term every single time. I want to multiply by something that turns x into x to the 4th. So there's 1x. I need 3 more to make 4. So we're going to say x to the 3rd. That's how you come up with this term. So once you come up with that term, you are then going to multiply x to the 3rd times both of these. So x to the 3rd times x gives us x to the 4th. X to the 3rd times 7 gives us a positive 7x to the 3rd. Once you do that, you change the signs. So we subtract or change the sign. So the positive turns to negative. And what should happen every single time, these terms should be the same number and sign. When you change the sign, they should subtract and cancel out. So we end up with 0 here. When we combine these terms, we get a 10x to the 3rd, and then we bring the very next term down. And we just repeat the process. So I'm starting with this, trying to get it equal here. That means I need to multiply by 10 out front. And I have 1, but I need 3, so that means I need 2 more. So the total term would be a 10 as a coefficient, and then x squared, because I needed 2 more x's, so x squared. So I'm going to take this 10x squared and multiply times both terms. That's going to give me a 10x to the 3rd. I'm going to multiply this 10x squared times 7. It's going to give me a positive 70x squared. After we do that, we change the signs or we subtract. Sometimes that might change a negative to a positive. And this time it takes both of them or changes both negative. We're going to simplify. It's going to be a 0. Should always happen. This should give us a negative 69x squared. And then we're going to bring the next term straight down. And then we're going to start over again. Looking at the first terms, I want to change x to a negative 69x squared. Means I need to multiply by a coefficient of a negative 69 out front. And then I have 1x, I need 2, so I just need to multiply by 1 more additional x. Once I get that term, I'm going to multiply that times both of these guys. So I'm going to get a negative 69x squared. Negative 69 times 7. We'll use some technology to help us with that. So we're going to do 69 times 7. And so we get 483, and that will be negative. Negative 483x. Alright, so once we get both of those terms, we're going to change the signs or subtract. So this time they were already negative, so changing it will make it a positive. Both cases. I missed my 69 here. I got 60. Okay, so when we combine these, that will go to 0. adding, this will give us 486x. And we bring down our last term. And then one more time, we're going to focus with the first term. So I want to make x, or multiply x by something so that it's equal to 486x. So that's just multiplying by a coefficient of 486. So I'm going to multiply 486 by x. It's going to give me a 486x. And if things work out nicely, when I do 486 times 7, hopefully we get the 2039. So we're going to do 486 times 7. Gives us 3402. Positive. So after we get these two terms, we're going to change the signs. Becomes negative, becomes negative. And then combine. So this will go to 0 when we subtract this. We will get I think I want to do this backwards. Because I'm doing, yeah, that's fine. 4, so negative 1437. Let's just double check that. We'll just say subtract 2039. That'll just give me the positive of it. Didn't do right. 34. Let's just do it this way. So we get negative. Should be 139. Yeah, I know I was doing that backwards. Need to flip those. So we get a negative 1363. So just 1363. Should be doing 2 subtracting 9. 1363. Okay, so we get a negative 1363. So since this number did not end up being 0, that means that this is not a factor because it doesn't go in evenly. So we will say no, this is not a factor.